How's it going, everyone? Cole here, back with another Dragon Ball video. And, technically, well, it's still before 12 a.m., but I'm sure you guys already know. Today was the last episode Dragon Ball Daima released. And I wanted to talk about it because, look. First of all, I just want to point out. I tried finding one of these videos where I... Look, okay, first of all, before we get to anything, obviously this is going to be spoilers because we're talking about the series entirely. We're going to talk again about the last episode. So I'm giving you time. If you haven't seen it, if you're waiting for the dubbed, I completely understand, but I'm giving you time to click off the video now. All right. And we're going to be talking about the last episode, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, the ending, all that stuff. And let me just point out, one of these videos, I cannot find the video, but one of these videos I recorded, I mentioned Super Saiyan 4 Goku was coming to Daima. And I called it. Can I just mention that? I'm going to say that. So, first of all, I love Daima. I thought it was great. I just watched one of my videos for when Daima was coming out. I've enjoyed the series from the beginning. I looked forward to watching every week of episodes. It was just like being when Dragon Ball Super was releasing. And can I just say, I'm probably Dragon Ball Super's one of Dragon Ball Super's biggest haters. I've consistently said one of my biggest hot takes is that I thought GT was better than Super. Again, I don't know how true that is now, but the Daima definitely better than both, hands down. Daima is the best Dragon Ball has ever looked. Easily, I think. And it's not perfect. I don't know. It was pretty, for me, it was pretty close to perfect. Except for one thing. The ending, obviously, I'm sure it's been a big discussion in this community of the Daima ending. If you haven't seen the last episode, again, just feel free to click off the video, but we're going to be talking about that today. So, obviously, this 20 episodes, the 19th episode ended was Goku transforming into Super Saiyan 4 as an adult. So, that basically was like, oh shit, And my thought process behind it was, oh, okay, so Neva had given him the power to transform into Super Saiyan 4, and he just learned from that, kind of like when he went God against Beerus. Obviously, from Shenron, he transformed into Super Saiyan God, and then his body got used to that power, so he could. That's how he learned to tap into Blue, because he learned his body knows the God power. So that's what I was thinking with Super Saiyan 4. That's why he went there, right? So the episode starts again. The best, it looked so good. I cannot describe how crazy the animation was. Probably the best Kamehameha you will ever see. Fuck Kefla Kamehameha. Like Ocean's Goku gets Kefla Kamehameha. Like that. This blows it out the water. I did like the fact that I'm not trying to just cover the whole episode. I'm just trying to talk about bits and pieces of it. Again, the fight was great. The fight was amazing. Goku powering up and everything. He looked so good. And everyone thought he looked okay. Well, some people thought he looked a little goofy as a kid. I thought he looked cool. I thought he looked really cool. The big arms were a little weird, but when he turned into an adult, he looked raw. And in terms of who's better, OG Super Saiyan 4 or Daima Super Saiyan 4? You could like both, dude. You could honestly like both. I love both. Super Saiyan 4 has always been Namek Goku Super Saiyan 4 Goku. That's what my main thing was with GT. The Baby Saga is my favorite. The way they introduced Super Saiyan 4, I thought was sick. Super Saiyan 4, he had so much aura. Dude, he was so raw. And you just get the same vibes from this Super Saiyan 4 Goku in Daima. So they're fighting, beam clashing, whatever. Again, the coolest Kamehameha you'll ever see. Literally rips through Goma and the whole demon world. The 3 demon worlds it rips through. It was crazy. and he's still using the tertian oculus to heal and stuff. And then Piccolo, after the beam, Piccolo jumps behind him, knocks him 2 times in the head, and on the third one, Goma stops him, smacks him away. And then he starts to recover the hole in his stomach and like starts to regenerate. And then that's when Majin Ku takes the book and knocks him in the head 3 times, defeats him, saves the saves the demon world, whatever. I do like that that Ku beat him. I wish it was less. I mean, a bit more like, I don't know, a bit more flashy ending, but I guess we had enough flashiness the past the past couple episodes was insane. So I guess like I didn't mind it. Like Majin Du and Majin Ku were really like the better parts of Daima. I would say like their character development was really cool, especially Ku. And then towards that, like obviously after they win, they're like, okay, well, who's gonna become the next Demon King? Most people would probably think, Arinsu, and they're like, and she's like, like Supreme Kai's like, why don't you do it? Like you still like you have a good heart, like you're not as bad as you pretend to be. Like I think you'd make like a good queen or king, whatever, Supreme Demon King. And she's like, my ambitions haven't changed. Like I still want the strongest demon world, but I will refuse because if I don't have the power, I'm just gonna be overtaken. Like it's not in the cards right now. And then that's when Neva's like, oh well, whoever defeated the Demon King is in line to become the next Demon King. And obviously everyone points at Ku. I keep confusing them. And he's like, oh, me? Like, I'll do it. Like, yeah. And then he starts, like naming this person, this job, this person, this job, this person, this job. And again, like I like that. Like it made a lot of sense. Like the foreshadowing was there that he was really smart. Like that. Like he wasn't much of a fighter. He was like really smart, and like that's what he was telling Arinsu. He's like, look, I know, like I'm smarter than you think. Like I judged it. Like this person's like this, so they're gonna put this role. This person this role. So like he's basically perfect for the job. So I did like that part a lot. Did not expect it, obviously. And then this is when it gets like to a bit. So Goku and Vegeta talking at the end, and Vegeta's like, I could have won that fight, and Goku's like, give it up already. Like it's over with. We're done with. It's like the fight's over, and Vegeta's like, oh, you were hiding this transformation from me, like and again we're all thinking like, oh yeah, Neva obviously like helped him transform. And Goku's like, well yeah, after Majin Buu, I trained a lot and I got this, but I wasn't sure if it would work. So one, obviously the biggest issue is with everyone else, why didn't he just do it in Dragon Ball Super? Personally, I don't care. I like that they didn't pull like, so like at the end of Super, right? I think Goku or Vegeta was like, oh yeah, like, or Goku, no, yeah, Vegeta was like, Goku, like, why aren't you using your Ultra Instinct? And Goku's like, oh, I can't tap into that right now, whatever. Like, I like that they didn't do that with Super Saiyan 4 because it kind of is like, okay, so is this like ever coming back? Like, obviously with Super it's different because you have the manga to refer to, where obviously Ultra Instinct is a thing, and you could say the same thing with Beast Gohan. In the manga, Beast Gohan is the thing, so like there's an avenue to that coming. But like again, Beast Gohan is the same thing. Like we don't know if they're ever going to use that again. Like the manga, like as far as we know when that's coming back. So we don't know if they're going to bring Beast Gohan into, again, Beast Gohan's only in a movie. As far as we know, Daima is canon. So the fact that they didn't completely shut out Super Saiyan 4, like, I like that part. But then it's like, why didn't he do it in Super? Where was this the whole time? And again, I don't mind that because they still left the door open to continue using Super Saiyan 4 in the future. Like, it's not done in a way. Like, it wasn't a one-time thing. I love that because I would have been upset. I was very scared for this last episode for them to be like, yeah, oh, like that. I just had like demonic, like Goku had demonic power left in him from Neva, so he was able to tap into that, but it's gone. So it's done with. But again, it's like I'm also the kind of person I like an explanation for everything. Like I like when things tie together and they make sense. Super Saiyan, it doesn't really make sense, honestly. It really doesn't, and that's not a bad thing. It's really not. It's just a personal thing for me. Again, why didn't he use in Super? We don't know. We don't know why, obviously. And we can all we could do is just guess because they didn't really give us any answers at the end. Because Goku's like, yeah, I was training, and I got this, and I wasn't sure if it would work. And then he's like, I'll curse you. And then Goku's like, well, you use Super Saiyan 3. He was like, wow, well, I actually call it Ultra Vegeta 1. And Goku's like, oh, shut up, whatever. So that was a bit, And then another thing for me, again, personally, maybe you guys can comment down below what you think. But so what did Neva do? What did he do to Goku? You know what I mean? Like, you could say he healed him, but that shouldn't trigger that transformation. It's just like, if he did heal him and then he just chose to transform, it's just weird timing. Obviously, the way they made it look, they made it look like Neva transformed him. Like, Neva's the one who did it. Again, obviously, like, now we know Neva didn't do anything. Like, Goku had that in his back pocket the whole time. But then, what did Neva do? I feel like I saw no one talk about that part. We don't know. We don't know what Neva did. We honestly don't know. So, I didn't like that part. That's probably, like, my biggest pet peeve of everything. It's like, they should explain what he did. In a way to, like, Vegeta asked him to do the same thing. Like, they could have done that. And then one more thing that I wasn't a fan of was the fact that, so obviously, like, they're leaving, they're going back to the demon realm. They're going back to Earth. In the post credits, like, they're saying bye, and like they're showing everyone on Earth turning back into adults, like, and then there's a post credit scene. Goku's talking to Glorio. He's like, hey, can we go back to where we bought those meta bugs from? We're running low on sensu beans, and they really helped us during the fight. He's like, sure, I don't see why not. They get to the shop, and then the shopkeeper's like, oh wow, like, are you the same kid that was just here? You've gotten really big. He's like, and she's like, oh, I hope, like, I is that a side effect from the bugs? He was like, no, not at all, And then they're going through the shop looking for the bugs, whatever. And then Pansy sees something in the shop, picks it up, blows the dust off, whatever. Oh, hey, is this the third eye? And they're like, and shopkeeper's like, yeah, I've had 3, but now I only have 2 because I sold one to someone a long time ago. I'll give you a discount, and it's really expensive. It gives you a lot of power. Like, obviously, you know what it is. And then they're all freaking out, and then they end it. What was the point? What was the point of that? Like, I genuinely don't know what the point of that was. Again, unless, obviously, like, all this I'm saying could be a moot point if they, like, tie this back at any point in the future. And they could. And I would love that. But right now, it's like, what was the point? Because obviously we know it's not used in Super. Maybe they're going to make a movie based when they go back to the Demon Realm and the third eyes become a thing again. I'm assuming that they're just going to, like, they're not going to let the third eyes be. Like, they're just going to destroy them, but who knows? But yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like that. And then, like, literally, like, they're, like, freaking out about it, and then the show ends. Like, that's the end of the show. Like, I don't know. Also, like, Gohan was not in the show once. Gohan was not in the show at all, which is crazy to Gohan fans, which, myself included. I wish, like, at least at the end, they would have showed, like, at least Gohan, like mini Gohan, like, writing in a book or something about, like, ants, and then he just turns big and he continues to write. Like, something like that. I thought that would have been sick. At least, I'm assuming they didn't do it because they wanted, like, we know what Kid Gohan looks like. We know what adult Gohan looks like. They didn't want to, because everyone else is just mini. They didn't turn into kids. They're just mini. And so with Gohan, it would have been a little weird because we know what he looks like, So I'm assuming that's why they didn't do it, but it still sucks. Like, Gohan obviously is a huge part of the series. But other than that, I thought the show was amazing. Like, it was done perfectly. Obviously, like, other than, like, the show starting off a bit slow, which it wasn't even that bad. Like, there was a couple of good fight scenes. Obviously, Goku going Super Saiyan against Glorio. That was, like, what, episode 4, 5, 6, something like that. Like, it wasn't that bad. And I never had any doubts. And I did like the fusion bug thing. I liked that they used the fusion bug to throw people off. I'm a big Super Saiyan 4 over fusions, man. Like, I will take the Super Saiyan 4 any day over another fusion. Because what are they gonna call it, dude? You know, like, I love fusions. I love fusions. Literally, it's in Dokkan right now, right? I love fusions, but I liked that they used that to throw people off from the fact that Super Saiyan 4 was coming, which never threw me off. I figured Super Saiyan 4 was coming. Because again, I was just watching what video was it? It was when I summoned for Daima Goku and Dokkan. I mentioned that this gives me a lot of GT vibes, and that's basically what it was. But yeah, the last episode was like, the action was so great. The last couple episodes was just peak Dragon. Like, it was peak. It really was, and like, it just made you. Like, this is like, that's how I felt when I was waiting for the tournament of power. Like, when I will never forget. I was watching the Tournament of Power, like, UI Goku versus Jiren fight with my cousin, and you know, he's about to finish off Jiren, and then his Ultra Instinct, like, starts backfiring. Like, he loses the power, his body starts freaking out because he can't handle the power. I thought, me and my cousin thought Frieza, like, just, you know, shot him from behind. We're like, you fucking Frieza, what the fuck, you know? And it was crazy. Like Daima, that's what Daima did for me, and it was great to relive it all over again. And obviously the saddest part is, one, R.I.P. Toriyama. Like, thank you for the beautiful gift that was Daima, and for everything he's done for us. Obviously, I'm sure you guys know at this point it's been a year since Toriyama passed. But yeah. And then what else? Obviously, no new Dragon Ball titles. For the foreseeable future, we don't know when they're gonna release more Dragon Ball, so that's depressing. But I mean, I will be rewatching the series in dubbed. I hope the dub does it justice. I'm sure Sean Shenmue will cook, but yeah, I mean, I thought, again, Super Saiyan 4 Goku was amazing. They did an amazing job with him. Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta was dope. You know, they could have done. I liked Glorio's character. I think Glorio was, you know, I think they did him right. I think what they did with him matched his personality. Like, it was consistent throughout the show. I was a fan of Pansy. I wasn't a big fan of Goma because he wasn't too intimidating up until he got the third eye. Obviously he was pretty OP when he got the third eye, but we all know it was just the third eye. It wasn't really Goma. I wish he could have went through more transformations instead of just getting bigger and bigger every time. Like, I think it would have been cooler, like, if the third eye took over him, and, like, you know, like, he started running amok, kind of like if you've watched Naruto, like Madara with the Rinnegan, with like Kaguya's power and stuff, like how it took over him eventually and stuff. Who else? Obviously, Vegeta was sick. Vegeta had his moments. Obviously, one of the funniest scenes in Dragon Ball history was with Bulma, with Vegeta, which they should have. You know, they could have showed like I'm not a pervert or anything, but they could have showed something at the end like that. That would have been hilarious, I think. What else? I mean, Piccolo didn't really do shit. Obviously, Do and Ku were great characters. Arinsu's pretty interesting. Supreme Kai's whatever. But, you know, again, I think the show was great. Again, just the feeling of waiting every week, and I watched it every single week. I watched it when it came out, and I would have done, you know, reviews like on this every episode, but it started off as like a group thing, like I was watching it with a group of people. So, you know, like after the show we talk about it, I mean, I could have did it the next day, but then obviously it comes out on Fridays, so my busiest day of work is on Saturdays, so I didn't really have the time to do it. And then obviously if I didn't do one, I didn't want it, like I couldn't do the other ones. I don't know. But I'm just want to talk about see the ending of Daima, and again, like, I thought the series was great. If I had to give a rating out of 10 completely, I don't know. I'll say an 8. Again, I think it's better than Super. I think it's better than GT. Yeah. I just wish it was longer. I think they could have made the last episode like an hour long, kind of like I think they did that with Super. I'm pretty sure they made like a 40-minute episode or something. Damn, I just wish we had more time, man. I just hate unexplained things, but it's not like, again, I don't mind the fact that they left the door open for Super Saiyan 4 to enter the canon officially. You know, they could redo, like, for all I care, they could redo Super. Like, other than the Tournament of Power, like, I remember when Super was coming out, Battle of God, like, they redo Battle of Gods Resurrection. I could not watch it. That shit looked so bad, and it just, again, like, after you watch the movies, like, in the show, it just wasn't the same, dude. After, like when Goku Black Arc came, that's when I started watching consistently. Like, I caught up, watched it. And then the Goku Black Arc was sick until the ending of the Goku Black Arc. That was just ass. Didn't use 6 or use 7, and then, like, you know, all the filler. But the Tournament of Power was peak. Like, I will not, like, I could not wait. Like, I could not wait for the Tournament of Power when that was coming out with UI Goku and everything. That shit was sick. But there's just too much holes in Super and, like, you know, bullshit in Super. And a lot of the points the animation did not look good. So Daima, like, it was just always. And again, like, the beginning of the show, like, a lot of people, again, we are Dragon Ball fans for a reason. We love big ass transformations. We love big clashes and fights and beam struggles and all that. Like, through and through, we're Dragon Ball fans. But I'm also a kind of Dragon Ball fan to appreciate the smaller slice of life things, which is why I appreciated Superhero, you know. Because Superhero does the same thing. Like, started off slice of life, it wasn't too big into action until the end. And then the end is when, like, they really delivered, you know. Like, these last 3 episodes of Daima was just insane. Like, literally, like, I watched the last episode twice. I watched it at work. I watched it when I came home from work. Same thing last week. I watched it at work. I watched it when I came home from work. And same thing the week before. Like, it was just, I could not wait. So, yeah, I think that's all I really have to talk about. Not really much else to say other than it was, thank you, Toriyama. Like, it was just, like, it was really, really great. I enjoyed it very much. And hopefully, if future Dragon Ball series or movies, whatever, looks anything like Daima, we're in good hands. So hopefully Super Saiyan 4 is in our future canons. Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta's, you know, Goryeo, Dooku, all these characters that were introduced that, you know, we kind of grew attached to. I hope they're in future series. I hope they just don't do away with it. Again, like, we'll see. Again, if the future they don't do Super Saiyan 4 again, that's a big letdown. Because then they could have just done away with it at the end of Daima. So, you know, maybe my opinion will change. But as of now, maybe, I don't think it's like, because this is like, I saw the episode when it came out. So this is like 12 hours after, 11 hours after. So it's not just like recency bias. So, let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment down below what you guys thought of Daima, what they could have done better, what were your favorite parts. What did you think of Super Saiyan 4, the ending specifically? So, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one.